In his book, Against the Dying of the Light, Leonard Fine writes about the memory of his wife's grandfather, Yoni. When Yoni passed away and Leonard Fine's family came back to the house after the burial, of course, they needed 10 people to make a minyan. And they were missing one. And so they knew there was a candy store down the street owned by a Jewish owner. So Fine ran down the street. He didn't know the owner, and the owner certainly did not know him. But as soon as Fine explained that they needed a 10th for the minyan, the candy owner said, "No problem. I'll close the shop, and I'll be your 10th." Fine explained that he never forgot that moment. He realized the importance of being the 10th in a minyan, being the last person to walk through the door in order to help the community say Kaddish and complete their prayers. But afterwards, in reflecting, he realized it is just as important to be prepared to be the first. We're about to pray the Unatana Tokef prayer, a prayer that I think we mislabel as solely being about death. And I think it makes sense why we make that mistake, because listen to the words, who by fire, who by water. The prayer lists significant ways that someone may pass away in a year. But I think the purpose of doing that is to remind us of where and how we do have control in this very fragile world. Uteshuva, returning to the person we want to be. Utefila, establishing time for reflection and prayer so we don't spend every waking moment running away from the blessings that are set out right before us. Utzdaka, reminding ourselves that we each have the ability to bring light in a world that's filled with darkness. All of this, that is what is in our hands. That's the prayer that we read today. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel famously asked the question, "What am I here for?" He said people ask him all day long, all kinds of questions, but at the end of the day, that's really the question people want the answer to. What am I here for? And then it's usually followed with, what am I here for? I'm only one person. But we know the answer. It's only one person that completes a minyan. It's only one person that starts a minyan. It's only one person that might have an idea that can change a world, and we know it's often only one person that might change your world. It's only one person. And when we believe that God has endowed each and every one of us within our hands and within our hearts the ability to be a blessing to someone else, that's when we choose life over and over